Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome along to the Desert Night Race, the first of the Desert Night Races of the season, alongside Abu Dhabi, and we're here for round 2 of RFL Season 4 around the Bahrain International Circuit. So let's just go through the circuit to begin. The circuit is 5.412 kilometers long with 16 corners. Lap length is the number of laps is 29 laps, and the first race was held here in 2004, and on the 10-year anniversary in 2014 it became a night race, which we are still in and we are having right now. The lap record around this track is a 131.447 by Pedro de la Rosa in 2005. And the action zones on this track, you've got turn 1 where the DRS zone is before that turn, and you've got the best overtaking opportunity of the lap right there. Turn 4, second DRS zone, great overtaking opportunity there as well. And then turn 10, big moment to watch in qualifying. Easy mistakes to be made in turn 11, the next big overtaking chance. Previous winners of this in RFL, you've got JJ Rocks in Tier 2 last year, and LCR Leopard last year in Tier 1. But we had no Tier 1 winners that are on the grid today, so we're going to egg a new RFL Bahrain winner. And I'm joined by Tom Goring today. How are you, Tom?
Hello everyone and welcome to Bahrain for the second round of RFL Season 4, the first night race of the season here at the Bahrain International Circuit. And Morgs, I am very excited for this qualifying. I think last race, if you missed the last race, I highly recommend that you check it out. It was a great race, and it really made the picture of what this season could look like. But we do know a couple of things. One, Jollyy could be the favourite for the RFL Season 4 Championship. 2, as far as we know right now, Clenzo in the Sauber is a great qualifier. And 3, the grid is more closely tighter than ever before. So on a track that really is, in my opinion, a better racing track than in Australia, I do have high expectations for this race, Morgs.
Yep, I do too. It's going to be an action-packed race here. Last time out, Danny ended up winning, actually, not Jollyy, despite being the favourite, as we said a few times. But Jollyy did get pole position last time out as well, alongside Clenzo on the front row, which was a shock to everybody up and down the RFL paddock. And what can he do today? He's one to watch out for. And then on the second row, we did have Danny, but then we also had Chandler on his debut, who finished 5th on track, but had some controversy in that race. And he was running on for a podium, so he's one to watch for as well. We've got many drivers we need to keep an eye on today. JJ Rock's also making his Tier 1 debut today after missing last week's season opener. What can he do? So we got a really interesting race here, and a really exciting race to watch here today in Bahrain under the desert moonlight.
Yep. As we're going on board with Chandler in that Mercedes, starting his first lap of 28.1 for the first sector, and the differences again for the tyres in the qualifying and the race. Let's see if we could. Let's see. So Chandler, Flying Rosary, Danny, Active Beacon, Callum G are all on the soft tyres. So the one thing you're going to see from this track is a different choice of tyres, and a lot of drivers going with different tyres. Maz in that Alfa Romeo is on the hard tyres, while Grumpy Lion, Jollyy, JJ Rock, who's making his Tier 1 debut today, PMT Briz, and Vapikut in the Renault is all on the medium tyres. So I think the tyre strategy will be a very interesting one. I think half the grid might go for a one-stop. If you watch the Tier 1 race, it was a very interesting race when it came to tyre compounds and tyre strategy. Some of the drivers went for a one-stop, others went for a two-stop, as Chandler sets the fastest lap of this qualifying session, 127.8, which his teammate is 4 seconds off, but I think he made a mistake there, and he's on the medium or hard tyres, Morgs. So
Yep, but strong lap by Chandler there. I'm not 100% sure what the Tier 2 pole time was. Vapid goes into P3, and then Anti-Beacon goes into P1, half a second ahead of Chandler. But Vapid on the mediums as well on a 28.1. The Renaults have come alive early on in this qualifying session after being nowhere back in Australia.
Yeah, I did an interview with Vapid before this race a couple of days ago, and he was looking forward to this race because he believes that he's a much stronger racer around Bahrain than he is at Australia, and he's admitted many times how he feels in Australia that he's limited, and he feels that it's not really good track for him. But in Bahrain, JJ, what's happened to JJ? He goes third place on the same tyre as well, so that's a very decent qualifying time by JJ Rock here. As let's see who's on the lap right now. We've got Antmaz 110.2 so far in the second sector in the Alfa Romeo, the season 3 champion, looking to become back-to-back RFL champion for the first time in the history of RFL, and I don't think this time is very competitive. No, it's not. So he's probably going to be ending up very last, but his teammate that's behind him, Lion, about to do a lap time in that Toro Rosso Honda, and let's see what this is. This is a 127.9, which puts him third place, just behind the Mercedes and Active Beacon.
Yep, great lap there by Grumpy Lion early on here. He finished 7th last time out in both qualifying and the race, and he'll be hoping to improve on that today, and at the moment, that looks very, very good. He's 9/10 clear of the fastest hard compound runner, and he's probably safe then, if that hard compound run for Clenzo was a quick run. So a great lap there by Lion, and I think he should be going now feeling a bit confident going into these final runs, I'm assuming he's going to go onto the softs if he's not happy with the lap. The track's obviously going to ramp up as it evolves as cars run through it, so the track will be quickest at the end, but if I was Grumpy Lion, I'd be very, very happy with that at this stage.
Yeah, I'm on board with DannyF31 here, who came so close to winning the Season 3 Championship, and he spent most of his laps so far on high ERS setting. Obviously, this is the first lap of qualifying, so most drivers want to get a decent lap time in. Not really the best lap time that they can go with, just a decent lap time that'll get them on the boards here without the corner cut warning, or even worse, spinning out and damaging your front wing, or maybe crashing as well, as Atmaz is right ahead of him. So let's see what this lap is from DannyF31. Obviously he's on the hard tyres, so this won't be anywhere near pole position. And it's a 1:29.2, which puts him ahead of Broomsin in the Haas, and just behind Clenzo as well on the hard tyres. So Morgs, again, this might be a repeat of Australia qualifying. Clenzo, even though he's 1.5 seconds behind pole position, and he's on a tyre compound
he's improving.
Of 2 harder. Yeah,
Clenzo's improving again. Yeah, he's a tenth and a half up on this second set. Oh, well, same set of hards, but on the second run on this hard compound tyres. Let's watch him to the final corner as he sprints towards the line. DRS wide open as he comes across the line. Now, what's his time? It's a 1:28.596. It's an improvement by 2 and a bit tenths. Good lap there by Clenzo.
So I don't know what the strategy is for Clenzo. I don't know if he's going to be doing the 1-stop or the 2-stop, but we do know that he's going to be a major threat in qualifying. 1.2 seconds off the pole position lap time on a tyre compound that's 2 compounds harder than Active Beacon on the soft tyres. So Clenzo's got to watch out here. By the way, I just want to say we are missing both Ferraris. We are missing both UK Dark Predator and King Liam from this session, and that is the explanation about why you're not seeing the Ferraris. But Atmaz, he went very wide there through the last corner, and I think he's backed out. So Atmaz, he hasn't even set a lap time, so it looks like, I don't know if he has damage, or I think he might have had his laps invalidated. So yeah, here comes Ianboy as well. He's on the hard tyre as well. I think this is going to be a 1:29. Yeah, 29 flat. Wow. 8 improvement. And that just puts him ahead of his teammates, DannyF31, and Danny is about to start his lap time.
Oh, Callum! Oh. Callum up to 9th on those hards. This track's getting quicker and quicker here.
Oh my.
Because Callum said that he was really struggling with this track, and he just put in a lap, which splits the Mclarens on the same compound of tyres. Brilliant there by Callum, but also brilliant there by Ianboy, who qualified 12th last week. He got the podium in the end, but he qualified 12th, and for a man who did that, to be second of the hard runners, ahead of your teammate who won last time out.
Oh, Briz off.
So far for Ianboy.
Briz just span on, what is that, the long right-hander. Oh man, that's a care, but in the corner, that's gonna give drivers many trouble during this session here, Morgs. What was I gonna say about yeah, track evolution? Yeah, the track evolution in this game is a major thing, and pretty much you can't really guarantee any time from like the first set of times to be the pole position time. Like you can legit be around about 5, 6 times, 7 times, or 8 times slower, and even if you're on a different tire compound, probably like cleanser 1.2 seconds and still get pole position thanks to track evolution. So track evolution is something that the drivers have to watch out for, and it's a massive thing in this game, Morgs, and if the drivers are not careful, they're going to get caught out.
Yep, just so you know that Ante Beacon's really being held up by Bumsen here. Bumsen does go off the track, but he was down the first sector as Bumsen's put it in the wall. Oh! He's put it in the wall down at turn 10 of the exit, getting out the way. He's hit the tyre wall and he's now out the session. And he was tired, I think, on the tyres that he was setting his fastest lap on, but he's out the top 10 anyway, so it doesn't matter. But disappointment for Bumsen, who looked quick as what's happened to Vapid. Yes, into third place. Good lap there by the Renault man, as Chandler has actually gone even closer to Ante Beacon now at 27.3. So he must have missed when he did that. So good lap there by Chandler, but good lap there by Vapid as well. And the Renaults, as we said, are really on fire as Ante Beacon backs out his lap and he's coming into the pits.
Yeah, by the way, I just want to say shout out to everyone in the chat who's watching this. Make sure to comment about who you think's going to get pole position and also the race victory. Follow us on Twitter as well, and all that good stuff. As we're on board with JJ Rock in that Red Bull Honda, that wonderful engine, as he heads in towards that tight double left-hander. That's a very tricky corner. Watch out for inside lockups as well on the rear as well. Now you're entering the high-speed end of Sector 2 into Sector 3. A very tricky corner, this one, and then the long right-hander coming up. Very, very... It's easy, but if you hit that curb on the inside, that is... Oh, Danny as well. I think Danny's just tried to get out the way there of JJ Rock. And now JJ Rock, as he sprints towards the line in towards the final corner. Let's see where he breaks just before the 100-meter board. Takes the final corner a little bit cautious. Here he goes across the line. Goes JJ Rock. Where is this lap going to put him? Pole position. Great job done there by JJ Rock.
Wow, wow, wow. JJ Rock's on his debut in Tier 1. He could be doing what Clenzo did last week and do something. Maybe go one position better than grab pole position here. What a spectacle that will be if JJ on his debut in Tier 1 gets the pole position. That would be brilliant to watch. But we have got still many drivers to go, and 6 minutes left in this session as Adam is on a lap at the moment. No, he's not actually. He's on a in lap, I think. He has just gone into 6th place on those medium compound tyres. Yeah. Not bad at all for the Toro Rosso driver. Both Toro Rossos having a very consistent performance last time out, and it looks like it's going to happen again. 5th and 6th at the moment for the Scuderia Toro Rosso team.
Yep, and let's see as we enter pretty much the closing stage of this qualifying session. This is where the drivers all are either like setting their lap times or just waiting, as Jollyy in the Williams is out and about on his qualifying lap time. The guy who got pole position in the Australian Grand Prix and officially got the first point of the RFL Season 4 Championship. Race-wise, didn't really go well for him. Got beaten by DannyF31 as well, and obviously his teammate is still in the pit lane with just under 5 minutes to go. So we've got JJ Rock, JJ Rock, Active Beacon, Chandler, Vapid, Grumpy Lion, all on the soft tyres, and then you've got Adam, Tiwa Pepsi, Clenzo, who's on his outlap, Briz, and then Ianboy. I think Briz starting his lap time. So here we go, Mugs, the final last couple of minutes. Jollyy is about to finish his lap time. Let's see what this is. Takes a little bit of the curve as well. Yeah, it does look strong, and this might be a solid 1 minute 27. Yes, it is. 1 minute 27.5.
Into 5th place.
5th place for Jollyy. That's a great lap time. The fastest medium tyre compound runner of this qualifying session right now. And on the soft tyres, that's just over 3/10. That's an easy. That's an easy time to make up, Mugs.
Yep, if he switches onto the softs, I guarantee that he'll be ahead of a 27.250, which is JJ Rock's time at the moment. But does he want to sacrifice a good race strategy? I don't think he does. I think he's going to stay on these tyres. I doubt he's going to switch over to the softs. But we have the Cleanso now going out on the mediums. We've also got Pepsi out on the mediums.
On lap as well.
I think Pepsi just recently set its lap.
Sixth.
Briz just goes into 6th place there. Good work there from Briz. Up into 6th place. But he may want to improve on that, because if we look at the best compound, he's the slowest soft winner so far. But I'm sure that position on the grid will be pretty good for him. As let's go out on board with Ianboy, who's on a lap at the moment, coming through the first sector. When he comes through the first sector split, he is a tenth and a bit up on his personal best at the moment, so watch out for Ianboy yet in this session.
Yeah, watch out for Ianboy, he's a massive threat as well. On pace with Jollyy. I just want to say about Atmaz as he starts his flying lap. He's now under the pressure now. He hasn't set a lap time, and with just under 3 minutes to go, I think he's on the back foot here as far as setting a lap time. So I think he doesn't have enough time to come in and put on a new set. So whatever lap he does now will be probably his best lap time for the qualifying session. And I think Ianboy, no, he hasn't backed out yet. So Ianboy is about to finish the lap. As Grumpy Lions retire from the session, I think he's crashed there, Morgs.
Yep, I did not see it myself, but I'm just going on board with Ianboy now, because he could be on for a good lap here as he comes down towards the final corner. Got slipstream off his teammate, and he's probably going to repay the favour now. But towards the line we go. Ianboy having a little squiggle out of the final corner. Wasn't the cleanest, but towards the line we go.
Slightly
it's only
improves.
a 10th improvement for Ianboy. It's not enough, but let's go on board with Danny as he's getting a slipstream now towards turn 1. And actually, I think Cleanso's finishing a lap now. He comes across the line. Where's he going to go? Only into 9th for Cleanso. So not the best. He's behind both Torossos, who set their lap on medium. So let's go on board with Ansmad actually, who's coming towards the end of his lap.
Yeah, it's looking like a very good lap time here, Mugs, for Irel Atmaz. The reigning champion goes wide before the last corner, takes a lot of apex as well. You can gain a 10 for 2 if you nail that. And here comes the reigning champion, Irel Atmaz. It's a 1 minute 28 1 minute 20 flat for Atmaz, and that will be his session over unless he can improve. I don't know how he can improve on that on the mediums, but let's see who gets pole position out of JJ Rock, Active Beacon, Chandler, and maybe Fapakut here, as they all are on their outlap Smugs. Here we go, 1 minute to go.
Yep.
Crunch time.
Active Beacon has started his lap. It looks like a 4-way shootout for pole here between 4 very quick drivers. 2 Renaults, a Red Bull and a Mercedes, all in the fight here. Active Beacon is coming through the first sector now. He's a 10th, he needs less than a 10th up, but he's up nonetheless, and it looks like he's on course for pole position if he can just repeat it through the second and third sector as we come now down towards turn 10. This is the crucial point in the lap, where mistakes can be made. Let's have a look at Andy Beacon. He locks up there both wheels there on the front left and the front right, but he did get through that corner cleanly. And now down towards turn 11, you've got to try and get as wide as you can to get sweeping to the apex there. He gets out nice and wide, not as wide as some others, but that's a good line as well. And now down towards the right-hander, sorry. What's his lap time? He's a little bit up again in that little sector, but it's going to be very nip and tuck for pole position here for Ante Beacon. He's got a 1:27.25 to beat, and Ante Beacon, he's got 1 point this season for a fastest lap. Can he claim the pole position point this time out in Bahrain? And out at the final corner we go, on board with Ante Beacon, and across the line. Is it enough pole? Just for now it is, a 27 flat. JJ Rocks, he's even with his time, he looks down if anything. Chandler, he's up on his time by a 10th, as Vapid is even further up on his time. He's 2.5 tenths. This could be a Renault 1-2 here. JJ Rocks round the final corner, hitting the ball on the outside, and towards the line comes the Red Bull driver. He backs out.
Oh, he's backed down.
JJ Rocks' qualifying session is over. What about Chandler? What can Chandler do as he comes towards the line? Chandler's in the pits as well. Can Vapid make this a Renault 1-2? He could well do it. Can he get pole position?
Yes!
It's a Renault 1-2. He can't get pole position, but it's a Renault front row lockout here in Bahrain. A great lap there by Vapid Coot. And what a performance by both of them.
Wow, okay. The reigning Constructors champions, Renault, are officially back. It's a Renault 1-2. An Active Beacon getting the better of Vapid Coot. That's not usually what we usually see. Vapid usually outqualifies Active Beacon. I think, what was it, RFL Hungary Season 2? Vapid got a pole position, I think, and they outqualified Active Beacon. So, Renault won too as well, after especially last race. Great performance there by Active Beacon and Vapid. JJ Rock, I don't know, he was slightly down. I think he must have went wide on the final corner. Well, I think he'll accept fair place. And Chandler, 4th place, but Jollyy in 5th place, the fastest medium runner. And you've got to think with that one stop, and if you watch the Tier 2 race, how effective really is that one stop compared to the 2 stop? And overall, is it the quickest strategy?
Yeah, to be honest, I doubt that it is the fastest strategy we saw. Last time out, the one stoppers ended up prevailing in that race. You had all the podium did a one stop in the race, whilst Just King Pro and P4 was the highest 2-stopper. I think the drivers who try the one stop, whether it's soft to hard or mediums to hard, are going to benefit a lot more. But the mediums to hard runners are the ones to watch, especially at the end of that first stint. But here is your grid. Active Beacon and Vapid Coot lock out the front row after just scoring 11 points last time out. That's a great return. As JJ Rocks on 3rd place on his debut, great performance by him, with Chandler 2 4th places in a row on the grid. Jollyy in 5th and Briz in 6th position, with Grumpy Lion and Danny in 7th and 8th, Anthmaz and Nomad in 9th and 10th, Adam in 11th, Callum 12th, Clemzo, Ian Boy, Pepsi, Rampage, Bumson and Rozzy follow Rozzy, but actually after getting a podium last time out, having a very underwhelming qualifying performance.
Yep, he did as well. I was a little bit surprised of Clemzo there. That Clemzo qualified that far down, but maybe he has decent race pace. But all eyes, in my opinion, Jollyy on the one stop, and maybe even Vapid if he can jump his teammate. But what can, Danny and Nomad and Antmaz all the way down? Where was Antmaz? Like 13th or 12th? I'm not sure.
8th. No, I think he was 8th or 9th. I rushed through the grid and I think he was 8th, but don't quote me.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, we've got a.
But even so, it's at the low end of the top 10. So.
Yeah. Even though he's on the slower compound, though, that's a bit of a disappointing qualifying session for the reigning champion Atmaz. But we got a comment from Level Red Devil saying this is going to be a crazy race. Who knows? Anything can happen. Artie has put in the chat, I'm really interested if both Renaults are going to make the softs last 8 or 9 laps, and furthermore 20-21 laps on the hard tyres. Oh man, so this is a very interesting, could be a very interesting race here. By the way, what happens if team orders are in effect? What happens to the Renault boys if one of them's slower and the other one's quicker? Do they hold each other up, or do they let them pass, or do they race? This is the questions that we don't really have the answer for until the race begins.
Yeah, so far RFL Season 4 has been the season of teams dominating sessions, because you've had Mclaren end up dominating the race last time out. You had Alfa Romeo in Tier 2 dominating Australia, and now you've got a Renault front row lockout here in Bahrain. Could we see another 1-2 finish for Renault today? Well, not for Ret, but 1-2 finish for a team today, which could well be Renault, but then again it could be Williams, but for Rossi slow down. You've also got McLaren. Any team can really get this today, and I'm really looking forward to this race. But going to that question about team orders, I think it's just going to be the lead car gets preferred strategy, and the other car has to choose. And if it is different pace, they're just going to have to see, and if they're just not going to fight each other too hard. That's what I'd guess, because it's very easy to make an overtake around here if you're quicker than the car ahead.
Yeah, definitely. Watch out for Jollyy as well. He's on the medium tyres. He could really be a massive factor going into these first 5-6 laps. He's on the medium tyres, while everyone else around him is on the soft tyres as well. So their tyres are not going to last as long as Jolly's are. But where knows pit for new tyres, if that be the mediums or the softs, because Active, Vapid, JJ Rock, Chandler have to do the 2-stop. I can't see them lasting as long as Jollyy maybe 10, 15 laps in without any tyre ramifications. So Jolly to watch out, but also Vapid, Active Beacon on pole, Lion maybe, Danny and Antmaz if they have the pace. So here we go, Mugs.
The grid is forming up for RFL Bahrain. It's the second race of the season, and after a dramatic opening round in Australia, we're about to open a new chapter in RFL Season 4. And it's the second chapter of 21, and who's going to come out on top this time out? Active Beacon versus Vapid to turn 1. The 5 lights are on ahead of the drivers. It's the 2 runners on the front row, and we're away here. Poor start from Vapid Q. A brilliant start there by Active Beacon, but JJ Rock's already putting Vapid Q under pressure down towards turn 1. JJ on the outside, Vapid on the inside. As you see there, PMT Briz looking to the inside, but JJ sweeping around the outside of Vapid Q and got the inside line for turn 2. He's up into P2 already. Chandler holding P4 there ahead of Jolly, and Briz who's making a challenge on Jolly, but now Jolly's making a challenge on Chandler down towards turn 2 as JJ fends off Vapid Q, who's tried to make a move as Jolly goes down the inside in towards turn 4 of Chandler. So great move there by Jolly early on there to get a position on those medium compound tyres, which you wouldn't expect early on. But the Active Beacon leads, followed by JJ, followed by Vapid and Jolly, and Jolly's been spun round. Peter Briz has hit him, and Jolly's been spun round, and the favourite for the race and the championship has been spun round, and he's already down to P13. Danny now up into P8, and Adam making a brilliant start there for outside the top 10 up into 7th place already. Grumpy line also.
Wow, I didn't expect that. Who was that? Was that Briz who dived down the inside? I don't know what he was doing. I think he might have damage.
Yep.
Yeah, it was Briz.
So damage.
Contact.
He's hit Nomad.
Wow, I don't know what Briz was thinking. Oh, more contact to start with the Alfa Romeos again. What is going on with Briz? I think he might have...
Oh, and there's a...
Pepsi.
There's Bunsen. No, Pepsi.
Yep. Yeah, it's Pepsi. Wow, what a chaotic start. Just like last season as well in RFL Season 3 Bahrain. A massive chaotic start. And this was definitely the start that Beacon and JJ Rock as well. Great start for him. Jolly as well. He's fallen way down the order. That's his race ruin, unless he can get a podium. But that was the start of the 2
Chandler
Renaults.
on the inside of Grumpy line down towards turn 1. Grumpy line had a brilliant start and went up into P4, but now he's dropped down behind Chandler. But surely Grumpy line's going to get that back eventually on those medium compound tyres, because those mediums will really come alive, as we saw in the Tier 2 race after just a few laps. So it's a Toro Rosso. They've really benefited from the start. So have Mercedes. It's now 4-7 for Mercedes and 5-6 for Toro Rosso. Great start by those two teams. And
Adam
this has really benefited from Callum as well up into P8. It's a brilliant start there for after that chaotic start. As Ianboy slipping down the order, as Clenzo is having a fight with him. Round the outside of turn 9 we go, and Clenzo's got the position there, and it's now Alfa Romeo 10-11.
Yeah, it is a 10-11 as well. Yeah,
Jolly
there.
is all over the back of Cal MG already. He's made a miraculous comeback. He's on 13th, and he was 13th about this time 1 lap ago, and now he's 9th already. So Jolly already making his way up through the order, and how quickly can he get through? Because this could be crucial for the race win here, as Active Beacon and JJ Rocks are streaking into the distance. There's a yellow flag somewhere in sector 2. I'm not sure who that's for at the moment.
Danny and Briz have crashed. What's happened there? Oh, I can't see what's happened there between Danny and Briz, but Danny's fallen way down the field. And that's not a good start for the man who won the Australian Grand Prix, as Broomston is overtaken by Ianboy. Rotary as well, as Ianboy comes into the pits. I think he might have wing damage. Yeah, he does have wing damage as well. That's a massive shame there for the McLaren boys there, as Active Beacon is in the lead with JJ Rock and Tekken and Vapid in third place. Adam, great start from Adam there. I think the reason why Jolly was down there, I think it was because maybe yellow flags, and if you know F1 2018, like the yellow flag, so you had to give the position back. So maybe that had to do something to do with it. Like, who knows? But let's see. Oh, let's see. That's Callum and Antmaz. Antmaz, the reigning champion, against the guy who had a decent start to RFL Season 4 and one of the better drivers of Tier 2 last season in Callum G. But Morgs, very decent start there, and Active Beacon is starting to get away.
Yep, he's pulling a good gap, and his teammates really applying the pressure to JJ. So he's doing a good support job at the moment, and potentially he can fight with JJ a little bit and break that DRS range for his teammate. So this could well turn into a really good day for Renault here after that chaotic start. Also, another team to really, well, obviously as we mentioned, has really not benefited is McLaren. They finished 1-2 last time out, and as it stands, they're almost 1-2 at the back. They're 1-3 at the back at the moment, with 18th and 16th. So a terrible start for both McLarens. And hopefully they can get back. JJ Rocks really catches up to Andy Beacon down towards turn 1, but it's just a little bit too far back to make a challenge, as Jolly is down the inside of Nomad, and he's got the position there. Jolly is on a charge through the field at the moment.
Yeah, I was about to say, as far as the weaving, like, the top 3 are already starting to weave as well. Vapid just had the fast lap of the race, but how long can he keep that up as well? And plus, can Active Beacon get away from JJ Rock, or will JJ Rock... well, JJ Rock right now is in a Renault sandwich, and I don't think it tastes very nice, but I think JJ Rock is trying to focus on what to do here. Does he want to attack, or does he want to defend maybe, since I think all of them are going to do the 2-stop as well, as Adam as well. Jolly right now seems to be the man on form right now, the man on pace. Let's see what else is happening down the field. Not really much of anything, as Broomson and Rosary Rosary's close, but nothing can happen there.
We'll keep it on the lead battle though, because this is a brilliant battle between 3 very, very quick drivers at the moment, and they're all separated with about 6/10 of a second to the car ahead of them. JJ Rocks, he's 7/10 out of this corner. I don't think he'll have a chance. And Andy Beacon already trying to break the slipstream look. He feels nervous coming down towards turn 1. Obviously the slipstream powerful here, but is it that powerful to give JJ Rocks a chance? No, it's not, as JJ has to stay behind. He's gone a little deep though, and Vapid hasn't got the opportunity though to get back through. But up the hill maybe, he's got a better exit, but not good enough to make a challenge down towards turn 4 surely. Yep, he has not got the pace down towards turn 4 to make a challenge, but they're pulling away from Chandler at the moment, who's falling under pressure now of Grumpy Line, as those mediums begin to come into their own and begin to become the tyres to be on at the moment, as Grumpy Line is demonstrating right behind Chandler now, and surely there's going to be a move coming here soon.
Yeah, definitely, as the softs...
Oh, JJ made a mistake out in towards turn 10. He almost went to the back of Beacon, but it's given Vapid an opportunity down towards turn 11, and with DRS from JJ, that's kept him ahead there. I don't think he would have held that position if he didn't have that DRS advantage that he was getting off Anti Beacon in front.
Yeah, but as Vapid now starting to close in, I think that was another lock up there from Active Beacon as well. As the Lion is starting to come into his own element here on those medium tyres, and as I said this before the race, the medium tyres are starting to really start to get into the groove, especially in the later laps like 5, 6, 7, as there's Jolly who's about to overtake Adam in the Toro
No, Rosso. I think JJ's got a chance here for the lead, but Vapid's also got a chance because they're 3 wide down towards turn 1, but no, it's outside for Vapid Q. For P2 and for Renault 1-2, Vapid around the outside on the inside of turn 2. Is he going to get the move done? He forces JJ wide and he's made him a little mistake. They've made contact and Vapid has to weave out and save the car. Great car control from Vapid and a hard racing from the both of them. I think it's hard but fair. Maybe Vapid was at fault for that, but we'll have to see after the race.
Yeah, Vapid did a signature move, just like that, in the RFL Season 2 Bahrain. He went around the outside clean, and obviously when you go around the outside you have more momentum. And it was centimetre close at times between JJ Rock and Vapid Coot as well. And I think JJ Rock might be counting himself lucky that he didn't lose second place to Vapid Coot, but overall, the goal to win this race is now a little bit more difficult, as Active Beacon is slightly starting to pull away, as Chandler locks up again, and I think it's only a matter of time, Mugs, before Lion overtakes Chandler, because I don't think Lion wants to be held up by Chandler on the soft tyres, especially when Jolly as well on the same set of tyres is coming as well, and plus also I think setups are going to be a little bit different. We don't know really how much the setups will play a massive factor. Yellow flag in sector 2 and 3.
Yellow flag, is that Rampage? Rampage just lost a position.
Yeah, Rampage.
And it is.
Yeah, inside curb. I think it was that inside curb, Mugs. Just clipped the inside curb. And just spun the car.
As Grumpy Line didn't manage to make the move down towards turn 1. He's going to fall under pressure from Jolly, who's got past his teammate now. His teammate didn't do him much of a favour by holding him up. And Jolly is coming. He's caught by about more than half a second on that last lap to Grumpy Line and Chandler. But Grumpy Line has more pace than this at the moment. He's just got to get the move done, because otherwise Jolly's going to be all over the back of him come a few laps time.
Yeah, Chandler is ruining Lion's race right now. Lion doesn't want to be behind. Chandler, he wants to be fighting with the Renaults, but with this, Jolly right now is starting to catch both of them up, and there's a chance slightly that Jolly can still win this if the pace is decent to keep up with the front runners. But here comes Lion. He's got the DRS. Does he make a move down the inside? No, he doesn't. He's a little bit too far back right now. And this, like, he's trying to overtake him. Obviously, he's got his ERS set on 1, which is low, so he's saving most of his ERS probably from the main straight. But Jolly is catching. He's still got no ERS. He's on around about 70% ERS. Meanwhile, up front, Active Beacon still ahead of JJ Rock and Vapid after making that little bit. Oh, Vapid pits.
Ooh, early pit stop from the Renault driver there, trying to take the undercut there to JJ Rocks and maybe support his teammate a little bit more as well. But then he could be putting his teammate under pressure, because JJ surely is going to have to pit next lap. But let's have a look at the battle for now third place between Grumpy Lion as they come up the hill. Vapid out in 13th place, but Grumpy Line up the hill now on Chandler. Oh, he almost went into the back of Chandler there. He locked up, and now you look at Jolly right on the back of Lion now, and that's not done Lion any favours at all, that lock up, and that almost put him out the race though.
Yeah, I was about to say there was a massive battle there for 11th, 12th and 13th between Clenzo, Rosary and Pepsi as well, as the two McLarens are going to combat between Ianboy and Danny, and Ianboy gets the position, and hopefully those two can get back something from this race. But oh, look at this, Lion about to overtake Chandler down the inside. Can he do it? No, he can't. He's holding it around the outside. Oh,
brilliant racing between Chandler and Grumpy Line, but Line makes it around the outside of turn 12. Great move there by
look who's there.
Toro Rosso driver, but look who's Jolly. Jolly's following him through, and Jolly's up into P4. Not what Line wanted. Line needed to clear Chandler and hope that Chandler held up Jolly, because look at Jolly now. He's right on the back of Lion on the straight, and it's going to be easy move there.
Chandler comes in.
He's already catching up before DRS.
Yeah, there it is.
And it's done. And Jolly's up into the lead now after.
Beacon's in as well.
JJ are in the lead, in the pit, sorry. Same order, but where is Vapid? Vapid coming around the final corner now. Let's ride on board with Vapid as they come out of the pits.
I don't think.
And Beacon. Chandler also in the pits. Vapid must have lost a lot of time there actually.
Yeah,
much
he did.
more than I expected.
Oh, the Haas.
Down towards turn 1, JJ. Now that's not good for him. He's lost to positions in Pepsi, and Anted Beacon's now been let go. And Pepsi is going to be the cork in the bottle.
Look at him
on the hard, so JJ now is being really compromised in this race, and is giving Vapid an opportunity now to catch back up and make a move on the Red Bull.
Yeah, this is not what JJ Rock wanted. He did not want to be stuck behind traffic, especially someone like TOR Pepsi. And like Vapid, even with that little bit of contact, it wasn't like that far behind. He was on like 2.5 seconds, maybe 2 seconds behind. But now he's like majorly behind, so I wonder if there is a mistake from Danny nearly lost it there. Nearly lost it. Great car control there from Danny, as Jolly is in the lead for now. He's not in the net. He's in the lead for now, but I think the net lead will go back to Active Beacon, as there's a. Let's see what's going on here. Between a bit of a battle for 7th place. Nice track extending there from Flying Rosary. I've seen that. So I don't know if that will be under investigation. Maybe not. But the Williams, who is the teammate of Jolly, looking to overtake LCR Brumson for 7th place. There's the move down the inside, and that is P7 for Flying Rosary.
Yep, good move there by the Williams driver, but don't count out Brunson coming back. We know he's feisty, we know he's quick. Is he going to make a move down the inside?
JJ Rock's past
he's
him.
Going to stay as he is. JJ Rock is past Brunson's teammate of T1 Pepsi, but he's dropped 1.6 seconds behind Ante Beacon on that lap alone. And that could be costly for his chances at a race victory.
Oh, Danny's went wide. Danny went wide there, and he's trying to overtake his teammate there, and he's just losing time, hand over fist. So this is not, like, I don't know if I should be talking about this, but, like, since though it was a 1-2 McLaren in the last race, like, these two are losing so much time against the nearest rivals, and this has been a disastrous race for the McLarens. Meanwhile, Lion is actually catching back up to Jollyy, is he? Oh, I think he's losing time by a tenth.
He's keeping pace there over him, and the gap was this time last lap. Maybe now it's a tenth more, but he lost all that in the straight. So, I mean, Lion's doing well as Jolly's in the pits.
Oh, is he? Wow.
Jolly's in the pits. That's an early stop for the mediums. Has Jollyy got some wing damage, which could have made him slow in those last few laps, but that's a very, very early pit stop there. Someone on the hards, he's going to struggle now on only like 2 lap advantage tyres to make up all the time on Antiv, Vapid and JJ Rocks. As Jollyy comes out the pits, Antiv gets the position easily, JJ as well, Vapid as well. Will Chandler get it? I think he will.
Vapid's down the inside.
Jollyy might come out.
Oh, so close between Vapid and Jollyy, and Jollyy is actually now 3 seconds behind Vapid, but here comes Vapid up the hill in towards turn 4 or 3, and there it is. Vapid has got the move there, great move from the Renault driver, and now he chases down JJ Rock and maybe his teammate Active Beacon. They've still got traffic to go through. Let's see the tyres. So, man, look how many drivers are on the hards. Callum, Flying Rosary, Brunson, Clenzo, Active Beacon who just pit, JJ who just pit, Vapid who just pit, and T1 Pepsi, Jollyy who's just pit, Chandler as well. Chandler done the undercut and hasn't really worked in his favour, so looks like Callum will be in the lead when it comes to the hard runners. But don't count out this fight for P2 right now between Adam and Nomad, and I think Nomad might be in second place.
Oh, are they dubbing each other into bits? They both come into the bits. Adam and Nomad both into the bits here for this battle for seconds. The battle now comes to the pits. Antimas also pits from 4th place. But let's watch this battle for the pit crews for what was second place. It's not a net second place. It's going to be a close battle as they weren't ready for him. I'm not sure if that's a game glitch on our side, the spectator side, but they weren't ready for him. And Nomad has got the position. As Adam's lost so much ground there. He's lost Antsman's position as well, and he's down into 14th place. Disastrous for Adam there. I've never seen that in this game before. Did he not call his pit? He might not call his pit box in. They might have been like surprised that he was there, and that might have been what happened. I'm not sure if that. I didn't know that was a thing in this game, or it could just be a glitch. I'm not sure, but Grumpy Lion leads this race at the moment. He's the man to watch because he was keeping good pace with Jollyy in the end of that last stint, but Jollyy came in earlier. And Lion, I think, is the one to watch now.
Yeah, that was very weird to see from Adam. Like, I've never seen that as well, Morgs, from in the F1 game where the pit crew weren't ready. So maybe he didn't inform the team that he weren't ready for him. And that's one of the things that you have to pay for. If you don't tell your pit crew that you're pitting in, you're going to lose that second or 2 seconds that you could have really used in the race. As I think Vapid is starting to close in again on JJ Rock. Line's in. So that's it. So Callum G will take the lead from Lion, but where will this put Lion in the fight with Jollyy? Obviously he's going to be behind Active Beacon, Vapid, and JJ Rock, as he's on the medium hard tyres, keep getting them mixed up between mediums and hards, as Jollyy and Vapid trade fast laps, and Jollyy gets the quicker lap time so far. And where does this put Lion? Just behind the train. Is he
going to get in front of Chandler? Yes, he does. He's behind Jollyy by about 1.6 seconds. I think that's ideal for Lion. He's on fresher tyres. Jolly's going to get held up, so he's going to be brought right back into DRS. You can have the fresher tyres to fight. I think this is going to well be a massive stroke from Lion, but he's got to hold Chandler behind, who's on warmed up tyres and could be quick as Vapid. Yeah, on the back of JJ. This will be a net Renault 1-2 if he can make this move. He's coming down towards turn 10. I don't think he's going to move in turn 10, but we've got a DRS zone coming up very, very shortly. Vapid versus JJ is, yep, they all stay calm through turn 10, but now on the exit of turn 10, Vapid's going to have DRS. Down towards turn 11. Is this an opportunity for Vapid, or is he going to wait a bit longer? I think he's going to wait. He's not pushing his DRS too much. Yep, he does decide to wait as Jolly stays behind Pepsi for a little bit longer as well, as Lion losing a bit of time trying to warm up his tyres as they go up the hill through turn 12. Following JJ Rocks right now is Vapid Coot, and down towards the final corner. Watch out for Jolly as well behind. He's going to have a look on Pepsi. Surely not before the final corner, because that's going to lose him DRS advantage. Yes, that's right. He waits until the main straight. But let's watch JJ Rocks versus Vapid Coot, the battle for a net second place. This surely is going to be done before we even hit turn 1. And to the outside goes Vapid Coot. JJ tries to defend, but there's nothing he can do. His defence is there, and Vapid takes P6 and a net P2 of this race. It's now, again, a net 1-2 for the Renault team for the first time since before turn 1.
Yep, the RFL owner getting it done right now in P2. He's got to watch out for the fight back, and I don't think JJ Rock will be fighting back as Jolly gets past Pepsi. And I think Vapid, that was a very good, that was a goodly timed overtake there, because now Jolly is now unleashed to pretty much win this race. If we all know Jolly has the pace as JJ locks up his front right tyre there. Now if JJ can keep the pace with Jolly can keep up the pace with JJ and the two Renaults, and who knows what Jolly can do. He can still win this race. Also Lion as well, but also Lion is getting starting to get hounded from the Mercedes of Chandler, and also Nomad as well. He's starting to catch up as well. But Clenzo, Broomson and Rosary, another track extend there for Rosary, I just seen that. And Callum still haven't made the stops, and also Pepsi as well. He hasn't made a stop as well. So I think Pepsi might be in last place, depending on where he joins. I don't think he's got front wing damage. He doesn't, so looks like this is the order for now, Morgs. But the action might be between JJ and Jolly. And JJ actually catching up to Vapid. This might be another overtake, maybe.
Yep, JJ and actually we'll commentate
it was defensive.
JJ looks to the outside as Vapid defends the inside line. Looks like he's going to stay as it is. JJ's hit the back of Vapid there. I don't think any damage was done. As we come up the hill now, down towards turn 4 for the 15th time in this race. JJ versus Vapid for P6 in this race, but it's a net P2 as JJ has to stay behind.
So close.
Going right into the back of Vapid there. But I was going to mention, I think they've got to support each other right now. They've got to make sure, maybe Antiv, obviously being teammates with Vapid, can help with this. But in terms of Jolly, the way they've got to defend is just give the car behind DRS. Therefore, Jolly can't overtake because DRS's advantage isn't powerful enough. I think that's the way they've got to defend. Jolly is clearly the fastest man at the moment in this race. And I think if given free rein, he's going to win this race. So I think they've now got to work together, this top 3, to win this race. But especially the two Renaults, Antiv will have to support his teammate if Jolly gets past JJ Rocks here.
Yeah, but how long can they do? How long can they play the DRS game before? Oh! Rampage is gone. He's retired from the session. I think that might have been a crash. I'm not sure. I didn't see that. But how long can Active and Renault play this DRS game with each other before it really starts to damage Active VQ? Because remember, the DRS really, really helps on the main straight here. And
look at Jolly's exit there from the final corner. He could get the move done side by side with JJ. It looks like Jolly's going to have the move done before turn 1, even with JJ's DRS. And look at that straight line speed advantage for Jolly. Jolly's running very, very aggressive wings around the outside of JJ. He can't make the move, and Jolly's up to P7. And now Antiv is going to have to support or just set some very fast laps in, otherwise he's losing this win.
Yeah, I think it's time to all ask for Active Beacon right now, because Jolly is on a charge right now for the win of this race on the same tyres. Much quicker setup when it comes to straight line speed, but he's got to be careful of those curbs as Jolly as well just corrects the car as well. But Vapid as well, like, what does Vapid think of all this? Does Vapid think, like, why isn't his teammate, helping him with the DRS? you know, have they like made an agreement that they won't help each other, or is Active Beacon like breaking team rules here? Like, we don't know. All we know is that, oh, here comes Jollyy around the outside.
Jollyy around the
No.
outside. That's a risky move. Didn't expect that. I was expecting him to wait to turn 1. He tried the move, it didn't work, but Vapid already under pressure, and hopefully maybe for JJ, he can come into this now with them battling and being compromised up to turn 12. He's all over the back, and maybe we could have 3 wide going down to turn 1. It's very much possible at the moment with the gaps as they are. It's down towards the final corner. Jollyy's right caught up to Vapid. You can see the straight line speed advantage
Beacon's got DRS.
that Jollyy has over JJ. Yeah, Beacon's got DRS, so he's safe on Beacon as he goes through in towards second place. Brunson now takes the lead of this race, but Jollyy on Vapid Coot now. He moves to the outside, Vapid on the inside. Vapid's going to try and defend this position, but I don't think he's going to be able to do much for too much longer. But on the outside, as Vapid into turn 2, he may well hold this position. And around the outside and on the inside of turn 3, there's a bit of contact between the cars as Vapid's got DRS now down towards turn 4, as he was a bit behind the detection point. And now, on the inside to turn 4, Vapid takes the position. A very aggressive fight between the 2 drivers there, but a fair fight, which led to Vapid to hold P3 and a Renault provisional 1-2. And that gave Beacon about half a second advantage in that first sector alone there.
Yeah, definitely. Every time Vapid and Jollyy battle, it does nothing but create the gap for Beacon to get away. Beacon must be thinking, please battle so you can just get away from the charging Jollyy. And I think Vapid might have been given the order just to hold Jollyy up and to help Beacon maybe get this race win with 12 laps to go. Oh my goodness.
Jolly's making a move around the outside of turn 13.
No,
he can't do it though.
Can't.
On the inside of turn 14, he can't make a little move there. I thought he was going to try and be a bit cheeky there, but he can't. And he has
terrible
to
exit
stay
there.
Vapid now, as JJ's lost ground a little bit, so I'm going to run on board with Jollyy. As Vapid on the inside, I don't think he's going to be able to hold this position this time round if Jollyy gets a good exit. He had a little scrum on the exit, did Jollyy, but he's close enough. He's 2 times already, and I think he's going to be done now before the sign of golf there. And into 3rd place goes Jollyy. I really don't like those overtakes where it's just on the straight.
Yeah,
it just feels like robs of the battle.
You just see it coming, do you? Like, it's just predictable at this point. And Jollyy is in 3rd place, well, and that's 2nd, and now pretty much Active Beacon stands in his way from his first RFL victory of the season. And Vapid, I think Vapid's real fight is with JJ Rock and not Jollyy, because I think with Jollyy he was on the different tyre compound at the start of the race, and then bit of contact. Bit of contact there with JJ Rock and Vapid. I think JJ Rock's got damage. Yeah, he's got major front wing damages, JJ Rock. Let's see. Has he? I can't see. Yeah, he has. Unfortunately, that's not good for JJ Rock there. Side plate. Damage.
For JJ Rocks, it looks like potentially a podium now, or at least 4th place is going to slip out of his hands. He's going to fall into the clutches of Grumpy Align and Chandler very, very soon. And this 4th place that you was on for, what will it be in the end? It could well be 6th, it could well be 7th, it could well be 8th, it could well be 9th. JJ Rocks now is going to have to do a really, really strong drive here to hold on, but he's not dropped too much. If he can stick with the DRS of Vapid, he'll get that boost down the straight and will be able to stay within range as bums and pits from the lead, and no safety car luck today, which puts him right at the front of the order.
And it just confirms that Active Beacon is now the official race leader of the Bahrain Grand Prix. I don't know what happened between JJ and Vapid Coot, if JJ just lost his braking or Vapid broke too early. Like, we don't know that yet, so... But the damage is done, and JJ does have major damage, which will massively affect him in the 2nd sector. And Lion will start to catch up if he wants to push now. He's on 2 ERS setting, but just by default he'll gain time because JJ is losing time with downforce. So
I do want to mention that Jollyy, in the last 2 laps when he's been in clear air, Jolly's not caught up any more than the 10th on Anti-Beacon. Anti's got pace at the moment. Whether it's just pushing it now. Yeah, that I was going to mention. Whether it's just pushing right now and lose at the end, or Jolly's taking too much out of the tyres while battling. I'm not sure, because I was expecting Jolly to rapidly close up, being as quick as he was in qualifying. and also on 2 lap fresher tyres. But
Yeah.
Antiv is really got some strong pace at the moment. But can it last the rest of the 10 laps here?
Who knows? As Chandler, I think he's just sitting behind Lion right now for 6th place, and Lion like needs to focus on his own race. Well, he needs to concentrate on getting JJ Rock, but also defending off Chandler. If he makes a mistake, he's closing in on him just a tiny bit. I don't think he's going to go for a Daniel Ricciardo-esque dive bomb from probably 100 meters back. That's pretty much impossible as his teammate. Goes a little bit wide on the edge of turn 1. Oh, Chandler, Lion made a mistake there, and there goes Chandler for P5. What happened there with Lion? Wow, I think he might have lost the back end.
Yeah, he lost the back end coming out of turn 2 and into turn 3, and then that whole run there down the OS straight just was so compromised, and therefore Chandler sees the opportunity up to P5 and can start chasing after a limping JJ Rocks. As I was just talking about Antiv having good pace, he's lost 8 tenths of a second in a lap, so
Yeah.
I might have cursed him.
Yeah, you might have done, as Chandler now plays the role of defender against a grumpier Lion. And maybe, hopefully, these two don't really battle too hard and realise that the fight isn't with them, it's with JJ Rock, and maybe a podium position if a safety car does come out with only 9 laps to go. And maybe they can use the DRS game very well, as Chandler massively track extends there, goes defensive. I don't think Chandler would have got overtaken on that straight, as he's got ERS set on 1, as Jolly, fastest lap of the race, 1:30.6, as Jolly is starting to close in on Active Beacon. And Morgs, I think it's only a matter of time before we can accept the inevitable that Jolly will overtake Active Beacon and probably win this race.
Not over till it's over.
Yep.
I think Active Beacon, he's not losing a huge amount of time every moment, and now Jolly's being caught in his dirty air, but not in the DRS. I think Antiv, I just have a feeling he's going to do it. I mean, he's on a very tall order at the moment. We know how quick Jolly is.
Lion!
His lap times throughout the stint. As Lion's doing something on Chandler, he's down the inside of turn 9. He got the move done, but Chandler on the exit, on the traction, got the position back. But on the inside of turn 10 goes Grumpy Line down the inside of it. He can't make a move. But this is really affecting them in a negative way, because JJ is limping on the track. He's losing loads of time to Vapicoot ahead. But he's just not losing the time to Chandler, because these two are battling. And what a battle it is in the moment. But is it affecting their chances at a 4th place finish here rather than a 5th place finish? Why don't they just support each other, get to JJ, and then battle? But then I don't think they want to do that. I don't know whether they even know that JJ's got damage at the moment. As Jolly is now within the OS range of Antiv Beacon in the lead. The lead may not last too much longer for Antiv Beacon. He's led most of this race as a net race leader. All 22 laps he's led as a net race leader, and about 15 he's led as the proper race leader. But it could soon be coming to an end, because Jolly, the man who was spun around on lap 1, dropped to 13th place, could well be taking the lead within this or the next few laps. Jolly coming out of turn 5 now. Yep, Lions picked up a penalty, probably out of turn 2, battling with Chandler, trying to get a good exit. Not good for him. But Jolly has now got the opportunity to take the lead. He's got 8 laps to do it, or 7.5 now, I think, if my maths is right. Yeah, 7.5. So, Jolly, I think, is going to do it.
Oh, that was so close between Ammaz, Brunstein and Adam there for 10th place. This is a massive battle going on for the last point paying position, as Jolly is closing the gap to Active Beacon, and as long as he doesn't make a mistake, we'll have a new race leader. But like you said, Mugs, anything can happen in RFL, and anything does usually happen in RFL, and he might even get him before the main straight here. He's going defensive, his Active Beacon, heading in towards the final corner.
I don't think Jolly would want to try that. He doesn't want to lose DOS, but he's got DOS now.
Yeah,
he had a little squirm on the exit there, did Jolly, but it's going to be done before turn 1.
No
slipstream. One of those easy moves again. He moves to the outside, DOS enabled, and he's got the position. But Antiv's still fighting back. Around the outside he goes.
Ooh.
It's towards turn 1. He gets forced out wide and in towards turn 2. He can't make a move, but then up the hill he's got DRS with Antiv. This is Antiv's last chance to take the victory, but he's a bit too far back, I think. He's a bit out of reach of Jollyy. And Antiv is now going to have to settle for second place unless he can keep with him through this middle sector, wait for turn 11 and make a move down the inside. But this looks very hard now for Antiv Beacon to win this race, and I think it could be over.
It might be over, but it ain't over until it's over. Morgs Adam. Oh, Atmaz nearly loses the back end there. Just as we say that, Atmaz nearly crashes. As Atmaz tries to go around the outside as Danny puts in the fast lap in the race. 129.2 with the soft tyre. So this rate, Danny will take a point out of this miserable race for McLaren Racing, as we've got a massive battle for P7 between Flying Rosary, Callum G. We haven't spoken much about Callum G in this race. And also Nomad as well. I think Broomson made a mistake or something happened. And Atmaz again, losing the back end. I don't know what's happened with Atmaz. He's just not on the pace this weekend. I don't know if he has damage. I can't see if he has damage. It doesn't look like he has damage. Might be just like tyre issues or tyre temperatures. You just don't know yet. Active Beacon inside of a second, but I think it's inevitable that Jollyy will eventually pull away unless he crashes, which that'll be a horrific nightmare for Jollyy if that does happen. But I think the Renault boys should just focus on now just bringing the car home, not getting any penalties. Oh, speaking of penalties, can we just check to see who has penalties? That's a massive
check. Because you're not streaming,
yeah.
So I'll keep an eye on the battle between Callum G, Fly Rossi and Nomad, who's coming into this battle right now. This is a brilliant battle for 7th place as Callum moves to the outside a little bit. Rossi moves to the inside, but no move can be done there down towards turn 4 as Callum on the back of Rossi now out of turn 4, down towards turn 5, 6, 7. The sweeping complex here, which is probably one of my favourite complexes on this whole track, despite actually being very, very slow there half the time, especially in that curve. But it's very, very nice to drive when you get it right. Down towards turn 10. This is a very difficult corner, especially when you're following cars in dirty air. But Callum gets it okay. He doesn't lock up as Nomad's right on the back now of these two formulas. Damon Rocks, of course, the man who finished runner-up in Tier 2 last season, right on the back of this battle, chasing the man who was 3rd place last season in Tier 2, following Flying Rossi, the man who scored 2 podiums at the end of last season and a podium this season. He's on 3 podiums in a row. I think that run's coming to an end, but he's on a battle now and he's got to score this 7th place. And I think he's going to be very, very aggressive defending from Callum and Nomad in the last 4 or 5 laps here.
Yeah, I think he will be very aggressive defending his position. Just want to speak about penalties. None of the top 4 have a penalty. Like, Fapper doesn't have a warning, Beacon doesn't have a warning, Jollyy I think has 1 warning, but he doesn't have a penalty. Chandler doesn't have a penalty, doesn't have a warning. Lion is the only one out of the top 6 who has a penalty. We don't really know how much the penalty is, if it's 3 seconds or 5 seconds, but he has a penalty and 2 warnings. So pretty much if he gets another warning, that's a penalty, and that it could be game over for Lion as far as him getting points in the top 10 maybe, because losing time on this track is very, very sacrificial on this track. Chandler's...
Yep, JJ's now dropped to where Chandler and Grumpy Lion is. They will be winning the DRS soon very shortly. But Callum is still trying to find a way past Flying Rossi, but he's just not close enough at the moment down the straights. He's always falling a little bit too far back and he can't make the move. So he's going to have to try something different. He's going to have to try a couple different lines, or he's just going to have to go faster and up the EOS. He's run a little bit wide there. Yeah, but Rossi's actually gone wide. He's picked up a penalty there.
Yeah, he's picked up a penalty.
Not good at all for Rossi, and that could really affect this battle now. And does Callum even need to make the move anymore? I don't think so, to be honest.
Yep, here comes Chandler. Got the slipstream. Where's he going? Where's he going? He's coming. I don't think he's going to be close enough. No, he isn't. No, he isn't. I thought he was honestly going to make it. Oh, JJ Rocco is a little bit wide there, and I think that might compromise his entry into 3 and then up the hill into 4. DRS, JJ goes defensive, and this might be a change for P4. Round the outside goes Chandler, giving him minimal space. Oh, bit of contact there on the side pod, and I don't know if that's damage there for Chandler. Hopefully not, but thankfully both. Yep.
So he got away with it on the right hand side. There's no end plate damage. It's visual, and that's where the contact was. I think he got away.
Yeah, thankfully no damage for both Chandler and JJ Rock, and also Lion is getting involved in this fight as well. And also find Rosary, the other flag in sector 3. I don't know who's that.
It's Briz, the other racing point.
Briz.
So obviously Rampage already out this race, and the other racing point not going very well at all, having troubles already. Well, not already, but you know what I mean. At the end of this race here, not good at all for that team. Not a good day at all.
Oh, here comes Lion down the inside of Chandler. And there it is. He's made the move stick. Great move. Oh, well, actually, no, he did the switchback, actually. Wow, great racing there between Chandler and Lion as well. But this is also helping Flying Rosary. Ooh, he's on, like, very low ERS from 10% ERS now, as JJ Rock might be a sitting duck here. I don't know if the gap is closing, but let's see. Does he go for the dive? No, he doesn't. Lion tries to. Oh, minimal contact there between Chandler and Lion, but none can really happen as Adam in the pits in the other Toro Rosso. Meanwhile, what's going on here between Chandler trying to go on the inside, the switchback. Very nice on the traction there. It might be on the inside. Can he make the move stick? No, he can't, unfortunately. He doesn't want to go on too much on the curb, especially that outside curb is a killer. If you go full speed on that outside curb, that can force you off and ruin many laps in an F1 car. But I think if I'm lying right now, I'm saving my ERS and I'm just waiting for either Chandler or JJ Rock to perhaps crash or make a major mistake. I don't know if Lion knows that JJ Rock has foot damage, or I mean, the Lion already has a penalty, so he's probably thinking, get on with it, and trying to just make the most out of a bad situation. But look how much time Chandler is losing to JJ Rock because of his front wing damage.
Rossi's joined this battle. There goes Lion on the inside of Chandler. Same as last lap, but he's held it this time. I don't think Chandler's going to have a switchback this time. And I think Chandler, though, he's got a better run down towards the final corner. He looks to the inside. They don't want to be fighting. They want to try and work together to get this position. But down the inside we go, forcing him wide. And here comes Rossi through. Now on Grumpy Lion, and Grumpy Lion's now lost his position, and they're fighting. Chandler and Grumpy Lion has put them in this position. They could have got JJ Rocks together and then fought, but no. As Chandler looks to the outside of JJ Rocks, and now the switch back through turn one. There's contact. Lion's been half spun, and Callum could make a move on the inside. He can't make a move on the inside. Callum's got in this battle now, and here comes Chandler on JJ Rocks, round the outside down towards turn 4. As a brave move, and he's been forced a little bit wide, but he can't make a move there as there's yellow flags in sector 2 and 3. Chandler's now dropped the position to Flying Rossi. Flying Rossi's going to have a look down at JJ Rocks. Flying Rossi's picked his way through the field at the moment. He's doing really well. As there goes Chandler down the inside. He's made contact with the Williams. And the second contact with the Williams. They both spun round. And there's Nomad and Callum side by side down towards turn 10. What a battle this is, a controversial ending there. Chandler for the second race in succession has the incident, and Rossi
Fabit's got a puncture! Fabit's got a punch on the rear right! Oh no! Fabit Q from third place! He had a puncture with only one lap to go! Oh no, that is absolutely devastating for the owner of RFL, who was looking like a third place. Oh my God.
No, hold on. His tyres are only one lap older than Ante Beacon and JJ Rocks. This race is not over yet. And this podium could be at risk for Ante Beacon and JJ Rocks here. Vapid's now slipped out the points. A double point finish for half is possible here.
Vapid's gone, he's retired.
Terrible. Vapid's now dropped out of the top 10 and he's retired. Callum G's up to 4th place. Up the inside he goes and he's into 4th place. And JJ Rocks, his teammate, is next on the road, up the road. And this could well be a brilliant result for Red Bull after what looked like it was going to be a terrible result for Callum coming into this race. And a good result for JJ. But JJ's at risk now. He's on 20 lap old hard tyres. And that's what Vapid was. As Nomad up the inside of Lion, he's got the position. But Jollyy now is on his final lap of this race. He's pulled 11 seconds to Ante Beacon. I think that shows the tyres at the moment. Antiv is struggling. And look at Callum, he's all over the back of his teammate now. And this race could now turn into an inter-team battle for the podium. But let's go on board with this incredible battle. I'll go to Jolly in a minute. This could be an opportunity.
Wow,
I think Callum's going to make a move on his teammate though for the podium. No, he doesn't. He's backed off. He's not using any OS. So let's go on board with your race winner-elect. Round the final few corners we go. Jolly, he span round on lap 1, but he's recovered. He fell to 13th place, and he's now in the lead. And he's going to cross the line. He's going to win here in Bahrain and take his first win of the season.
Who's getting first?
Antiv Beacon looks like he's going to come in second, but two Red Bulls are coming to the final corner side by side. JJ tries to force it, and then Callum on the switchback towards the line. Brilliant move by Callum, and Callum's got the position. Antiv crossing the line in second, Callum in third, JJ in fourth, Grumpy line in fifth, which slips down to seventh. Nomad in fifth, while Brumson is in sixth. Chandler comes home in eighth, whilst Flying Rozzy in ninth. Pepsi in 10th, and then goes up to 9th. A good result for Haas in the end after quite being out the points for most of that race. Danny, the race winner, Australia, scores no points today. He's going to be walking away from Bahrain with absolutely nothing except 1 point for fastest lap. Oh no, he doesn't get that either. Adam's stolen it off him. So Adam is going to get the fastest lap here, as Ansman's across the line in P12. His teammate is going to come in P13. Adam has got the fastest lap, and Clenzo doesn't beat it. So Adam is going to claim the 1 point fastest lap, and that's now 14th place. It scored the fastest lap in both races so far, as Antiv finished 14th place last time out and got the fastest lap. Unless Briz can do anything about it, but he is not setting the sector to light at the moment. So it's going to be Adam's fastest lap point, but Jolly wins, Antiv second, and Callum third.
Callum G
what
in
a race.
Wow, that race really picked up in the last 10 laps. I mean, I don't think we expected Fabiku to, anyone to get a puncture, really. We didn't expect that. I mean, I don't even know what happened there. Did Vapid, make a mistake or something? Did he spin? Or was it just a sudden case?
I think it was just a puncture.
Yeah.
I honestly think it was just a puncture.
Yeah, Vapid pitted 2 laps before everyone else, and that's what happens when you try to go for a major undercut. You are in risk of getting that puncture, and that's such a shame for Vapid, who got second place for most of the race and then third, only to get that puncture. And it would have been a great result for Renault, and I think Callum G has to really just accept that. That third place was really Vapid's today.
Yep. But that's not the way it is in F1, and Callum G takes that third place, and it ran a result for Renault that was really robbed from them though at the end. A 2-3 turned into a 2-17 or whatever it was for Vap in the end. But here are your race results. Jolly takes the victory here today, his first win of the RFL season, and he is now your new championship leader. Antiv Beacon comes home second place after scoring just 1 point last time out. Callum G in third position after no points in Australia, with JJ Rocks on debut in Tier 1 in 4th. Nomad comes home in 5th place for Mercedes, and the first Haas of Bumson comes home in 6th, with his fellow Dutchman in 7th. Chandler, the American, after his collision with Rozzy, comes home in 8th, with the Haas of Pepsi in 9th, double points for Haas. Rozzy in the Williams comes home in 10th, and then Danny 11th, Ansmad 12th, Clenzo 13th, Adam 14th, as I don't know, is my mic working? Can you hear me? Oh no, I can still hear myself on the stream, that's good. Okay, I can still hear myself on stream. Okay, I'm gonna have to leave this party and... Okay, sorry for this, ladies and gentlemen. I just noticed that my party overlay wasn't working, so I thought the stream had completely crashed. But luckily it hadn't. So let me just get all the race winners back in the party. As yep, I think Tom's back with me now, which is good. So I think perhaps. I don't know, they've glitched the party or something.
I don't know what happened there, to be honest.
One of them glitched the party for us.
Yeah.
But, yep, we've got our podium drivers here now, so apologies for that disruption on the stream. But, yep, Jolly's here now, so we'll start off with the race winner, Jolly.
Congrats.
Congratulations on your win. Just make sure you include your audio, please. Well, after lap 1, do you still have the belief that you can win this race? If he's there.
What's happened? What?
Sorry, Jolly. I'm trying to interview Jolly. I don't know whether he's there. Oh, hello. Yep, cool. Okay, I'll ask the question again. So, just make sure you include your audio. After lap 1, when you were spun around, do you think you could still win that race?
At the time, no. I thought it'd be a recovery drive to maybe like top 6, but as the race went on, I thought I've got some decent pace, and yeah, turned out to win. But at the time, no.
Yeah, well, it was a really, really good drive. And do you think the strategy, starting on the mediums, played into good effect for you today? Because obviously you had much fresher tyres than Beacon, JJ, Vapid, who all ended up struggling on the tyres towards the end.
A little bit.
Yeah, I think without the tyre wear, I wouldn't have caught like the top 3, so it definitely helped. Because I'm pretty sure they were saving their tyres where I was just flat out every lap.
Yeah, well, just talk about qualifying for a second, because you were extremely good in qualifying. You ended up setting a lap that was 4 tenths quicker than Lion, who was your next medium competitor, and you were only about 5 tenths away from pole. Was that a good lap, or was it, do you think it was just your rivals just didn't perfect their laps, or do you think you could have even improved on your lap?
It was a good lap from me. I'm sure others could have improved, and I didn't make one slight mistake, but it wouldn't have been a lot. It'd been like half a tenth, so pretty much perfect lap from me.
Well, that's everything I want to ask, unless Tom has any questions.
No.
Nope. So congratulations, Jolly, on your win. Just saying one word: is championship on this season?
Possibly.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Well, I'll move on to our second place driver, Antiv Beacon, also known as Brad. So congratulations, Antiv, on second place today, but that's got to be frustrating. It was on for Renault 1-3 and then maybe even 1-2 at points, and obviously Jolly was much quicker. Your tyre wear issues and then your teammate dropped out. It turned from almost a perfect day to just a good day, really, didn't it?
Yeah, no, for sure. It was from the start. Of course, starting on pole really did help, because I said before we started, I've got to be able to pull away from the soft runners and the medium runners as much as I can to even have a chance of a podium. So I was really happy to see. I think it was Chandler who was on the softs, holding up most of the main pack. So me, JJ, and Vapid were able to pull away quite a bit. So that was probably one of the most vital things in the race. But then, I had to pit 1 or 2 laps earlier than I wanted to, so that completely ruined my race. So I didn't want to risk a puncture. And then at the end, I realised there was such a gap towards me, and I think it was JJ at the time, that I just decided to go about 2-3 seconds lap off the pace just to make sure I did actually finish, because I saw what happened to Vapid as well. That was it was looking so good until it really wasn't at all. So yeah, it was
Yeah, well, I mean, you got to feel for your teammate in the end, but do you think there was anything you assuming Vapid didn't have that puncture, do you think there's anything that you as a team could have done to prevent Jolly getting past? Maybe like you could have gave Vapid slipstream and DRS so that Jolly couldn't breeze past Vapid. Is there anything you think you could have done, or do you think it was inevitable that Jolly was going to catch and pass you?
I think with our tyre wear, and with our tyre wear, basically, I knew from the second Jolly started setting lap time, so about a second and a half faster after he pitted, I knew he was gonna get past us eventually, and I think the gap towards me, the gap from me and Vapid was just too much to warrant me slowing down and giving DRS slipstream. Really, the last 10 laps were me hoping that Vapid would pump Jolly and I'd be able to pick up an easy win, but of course that didn't happen. So yeah, really the second he got anywhere near Vapid, I sort of assumed he was just going to win this race. So I knew like quite a bit before the end of the race it was going to be P2 at best.
Yeah, well, congratulations there. I don't have any more questions, unless Tom has any questions.
Yeah, I have a question for you, Back to Beacon.
Yep.
With getting pole position and leading for most of the race, how frustrating is it that pretty much all your hard work in qualifying and for most of the race just went in the bin after Jolly overtook you effortlessly to win the race? Like, surely that's going to be frustrating, right?
Oh, yeah. No, it really was. But yeah, I sort of accepted it before he got anywhere near me, to be honest. It was just the first time I saw that fastest lap being pumped in, and I know Jolly's an incredibly quick driver, so I know there wasn't anything more I can do, so it's slightly less frustrating. There was not much different I could do in that race. There was a couple of mistakes that cost me 1 or 2 seconds, but obviously with the tyre wear at the end, it was always going to be difficult, and to be honest, I was happy to pick up P2s at some points when I was saving tyres or scared that I'd get a puncture, because I was on about 85% at the end of the race, so I was scared any corner it was just going to go pop. So yeah, it's not too frustrating, but the pole lap could have actually been a bit better. That was probably one of the most annoying things, not that it mattered too much, but yeah, no, I can't be too frustrated about anything, to be honest. There wasn't much I could do.
Thank you.
Well, I'm going to ask the same question I answered that I asked Jolly. Is the championship on this season?
I'm going to be realistic. I'm going to say no. I'd like to be around P4, P5, hopefully, just behind the sort of top 3, top 4. That's sort of like Danny, Jolly, and then whoever else is quick at a certain track. So yeah, I'm going to say no. I'm going to go with no, but I want to be close.
Well, congratulations again today. I'm going to move on to our third place driver, Callum.
Thank you.
Where did that come from? You said you had no pace and no chance before this race, and here you're on the podium.
About luck, I think that's about it.
Well, I mean, obviously it was a bit of luck that Vapid got the puncture, but, I mean, to be honest, it was a very, very good drive. You picked away through all the carnage, especially on those last few laps, and that huge battle for what was 6th, then became... No, it was 8th, then became 6th, then became 5th, then became 4th, then became 3rd. You just picked your way through the carnage, and you kept the KED, and you got the podium, and that's what you have to do to be here. So just summarise the race from your perspective.
Well, qualifying was probably the best it could have went for me. 12th is like I've not got pace. This is my worst track completely. So I was off the pace a bit. So 12th was like 12th was the best I could have really got. Really outside the top 10 fresh tyres on the hards. I think I was behind Ant the first. Ant was the first stint. He was in the medium, so I get pulled along quite nicely for that. Second stint, I followed Rosie through, and I think I was in a party with Chandler, and I heard he was complaining a little bit about Grand Prix line. And I think they were having quite battling. They were holding each other up, and I just kind of got to him, and I think two people spun off, and then it was the last lap, and like JJ were teammates, like, and we were in a party, and I was like, his tyres were gone, so I stuck behind him, and I told him that just to kind of keep it, so he didn't so his tyres didn't go. And then the last I don't know if he's got it on stream, but I went at the last corner, I had a massive run on him, and he defended the inside, and I just got a switchback and out the last corner, and he's not happy about it. And all I can say is it's racing. Like, he still got 4th, and that was my main priority. And if I can get a podium, it's a bonus. And if I didn't go for that, I'd have been annoyed at the end of the day. And he's not happy with me about it, but I'll take it. I don't think I'll be here often, so I'll take it when I can.
So, do you think that the difference where you've got to, as a team, as a Red Bull team, you've got to try and set some ground rules in terms of side-by-side racing, because obviously it looked aggressive, and actually I thought, because we were right on board with it, because we knew Antibeacon was going to cross the line, so we were right on board with it, and it looked like you were about to spin off just before that corner, and you made a bit of contact. So do you think you're going to have a look on how you race each other, or are you just going to go for it every week and just see what happens?
Like, if to be honest, I don't think JJ treated me differently than anyone else. Like, because I think, and if that's a good thing or not, I don't know. Because I would give him a bit more space if he was my teammate. But because I think he wanted that podium badly, and he was quite. I'm not sure you watched it, but I've heard that he was quite aggressive defending, and I think he wanted it that badly that. Maybe it's adrenaline's going, and like that's when you get aggressive. I didn't want to make contact, or whatever, but that's racing. We've got over it, and it's great for Red Bull 3rd and 4th. It's going to be a really good result for us as well.
Yeah, I think just due to other results, I think he'll be the second highest scorers this weekend, behind Williams. I think Rossi came 9th, so I'll have to double check after, but it was a great result for Red Bull, and congratulations on your 3rd place today. Unless Tom has any questions, that will be everything.
I just want to know, like, how you was, like, feeling when everything started to happen, when Lion had that massive dive bomb that really caused everything to happen in those last final laps. Like, was he, like, all over the place, or was he trying to, like, keep calm, like, with everything going on?
I was mad actually. Like, I was quite disappointed. It's like I'm gonna get 8th. Like, I thought like I did well. Like, and then just everything kind of happened. Like, I don't even know how I got to 3rd. I'm gonna be honest. I know like it was just like I didn't even realise. I think it was only until like the last lap I was 4th. So it was like that's the only time I was like in the last lap I was never thinking about overtaking JJ because I was just trying to focus on getting Red Bull the most amount of points as I could at that point. And I was just like, I didn't even realize, like, I wasn't that proper happy about it until I crossed the line, because it was when I was 3rd, and I was like, oh wow, I was pretty happy with it, to be honest. So yeah, it was a mad last few laps, but it's good to get a bit of luck, considering I was quite unlucky last week, so yeah, it's good.
Well, that's everything that we have for you today. Thank you everybody for watching. Thank you, Tom, for joining me and all the podium drivers. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll hopefully see you again next week for the RFL Chinese Grand Prix. But until then, we will have highlights out of Tier 2 on Thursday, Tier 1 on Friday. We'll have RFL Live on Thursday night, where we'll be analysing the events of this race in more detail. They'll all be on our YouTube channel, which is Racing Formula League. Until then, though, Tier 2 next week is at 7 o'clock as usual, and Tier 1 is at 9 o'clock. RFL China, we'll see you then. I've been Morgs. And I've been your commentator today, and I've been joined by Tom. We both thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you again next week.
Goodbye.